What up, YouTube? It's your boy Ghost and her. But no, I'm dropping this video today to talk about Uber Freight. Uber Freight, about a year ago, everybody was all like, "Oh, Uber Freight! Oh, it's the new hottest thing on the market." This is just my review on Uber Freight. Since I've hauled, I would say I probably hauled about 4 loads with Uber Freight. And honestly, the pros and cons of the whole Uber Freight is, you want to say something about Uber Freight?
No, I was about to say something about you making videos in the car. I
Why?
just realized why you make it.
Huh?
Because of the lightning. Well, the lightning.
Yeah, the lighting looks real good. You know, the ambiance is making my skin look good. But anyways, back to Uber Freight. Honestly, I pulled about 4 loads with Uber, and I'm not impressed, because I guess these are my pros and cons. Well, not even pros and cons, this is my opinion on Uber Freight. Basically, their board is set up to where you can't bid, you can't negotiate rates, you can't, being a fleet owner, you can't pick off their board and say, if I want to pick off their board and give to one of my drivers, I can't do that. If I pull one of their loads, if I pick on their board, I have to run that load myself. I can't, you know, hand it off to one of my drivers. So that's one of the cons. Uber Freight is more for like the one truck operations, and then a lot of their freight, it's very select. There's not much to really, I guess, pick off their board, especially like being in Cali. I check their board out every now and then, but it's more of like, if I want to pull a load, I'll look on their board and, you know, I'll actually pull a load for myself. But I haven't pulled, I think the last load I pulled for them was probably in October of 2017, and it paid about, it paid $4 grand, and it was going to Washington. That was, I think that was October, either end of September, October time frame. But since then, I haven't pulled anything. I mean, it's just, I don't know, it hasn't really been too impressive, with, especially with the rates. And the fact you can't negotiate rates, it's like, I'll look on their board and I'll see like a load going from Southern California to Vegas, and it'll be paying, we'll say like $700-800 bucks. But then I'll check another board and I'll see a similar load to that, and it'll be paying around the same price, but I can negotiate and get it for $1,000 bucks. So you see what I mean? So that's why I say, like, Uber Freight is just very limited on the amount of loads, or the amount of loads and freight and the rates. So it's not really something, it's not a go-to board for me. And the fact that I can't dish it off to my other drivers is another, you know, it's a big con for me, because say if I see something good, I can only pull it myself. So it's not really, it doesn't really tickle my fancy. So that's why I say, like, Uber Freight is cool for, you know, a one truck operation, for somebody that, you know, is a beginner when it comes to picking on load boards. But honestly, with Uber, I feel like they can do better in the rates, because I thought, you know, the rates were going to be bomb, because it's like, you know, they're going direct shippers, but they're just like any other brokerage. They're just like any other load board that's out there, except the only difference is their freight rates are just like, it's kind of mediocre. I mean, there are some good loads, there are some unicorn loads on there, don't get me wrong. That load I pulled for $4 grand, that was, you know, one of them unicorn loads. But I mean, since then it's been like hit or miss. So I'm not too big of a fan of Uber Freight's board. I mean it is what it is. There's other boards out there that you can get, you know, higher rates for, and you can actually negotiate them, or you can put bids in. I think if Uber decided to put bids in, or have it to where you could bid on loads, then, you know, they would tickle my fancy a little bit more and make me more what word am I looking for? More like eager to want to shop on their board and pull their freight. But I mean, hey, it is what it is. But that's just my opinion. Like I said, you guys can check it out. It's not built for a fleet owner, so I mean, it is what it is. That's just, you know, like I said, it's my opinion. I felt like if it was built for a fleet owner and I could dish loads off and I could actually bid on loads, then I would, you know, shop on their board more often, but I don't. So I have it just in case. But yeah, it's your boy Ghost. That's just my opinion on Uber, because somebody asked me about that. So yeah, love, peace, prosperity, and I'll catch y'all in the next video. Deuces.